We are but 48 hours away from not just another election after 27 years of devolved power in Wales. And far be it from me, as a Southern Englander, to come and tell you what's going wrong. But frankly, under 27 years of bad government, Wales has become a basket case. There's no doubt about it. Poorly led, idiotic policies. And this is after 9 weeks on the road. And I've travelled the length and breadth of the United Kingdom. I've even been as far north as the Shetland Islands, which is nearer Norway than Scotland. And this is like, campaign stop number 75 or whatever it is. But this is the last big speech that I'm going to give in this campaign. So, as you can see, as I can see, I've saved the best till last, haven't I? But the fact we're here in Merthyr Tydfil is no coincidence, because there is something hugely symbolic about this place, and it goes back over 125 years. It goes back to 1900, when Keir Hardie was elected as the local Member of Parliament, and he served here for 15 years. And in 1906, here in Merthyr, he founded what we now know as the Labour Party. The party that was in those days patriotic. Is it today? No. The party that stood for people who got up in the morning and went to work and paid their taxes and obeyed the law and looked after their family. And what is it now? Party of illegal immigrants. I'm coming to that. Stop preempting me. Don't worry, that'll get a mention. No, it's not the party of workers anymore, is it? It's not the party of Alarm Clock Wales or Alarm Clock Britain. It's the party of those who would rather not get up in the morning and live off the taxes paid by everybody else, who in many cases are working longer hours and harder and being taxed more than at any point in their lives. This is not a Labour Party, it's a welfare party. Well, Keir Hardie may have started it, but from 1918 onwards, Merthyr, these valleys, have been totally dominated by the Labour Party. The Labour Party have not lost an election in Wales for over a century. Think about that. Think about that. And that's why I chose to come here this evening for my last big speech of the campaign rally, because what is about to happen here on Thursday is that the party that has been able, frankly, to take Wales for granted for over 100 years, on Thursday will deservedly get smashed to smithereens by the electorate. And boy, don't they deserve it. Some of it's unbelievable. 20-mile-per-hour speed limits in little villages at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's all got to go. It's all got to go. And the insane, the absolutely insane addiction to the cult of net zero. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. We must all bow down, because if Welsh farmers, you're trouble, you are. If Welsh farmers have fewer cows, we'll save the planet, won't we? Have you ever heard such a lot of old cock in the whole of your lives? I mean, the Chinese can build 80 new coal-fired power stations every year, but a few cow farts could be the end of civilization. And I've seen and I've met and spoken to Welsh farmers, both in the north and the south of Wales, and seen the incredible bureaucracy they have to go through when everything that is put upon them by those in Cardiff is by people who, frankly, would barely know one end of a sheep from another. At least I hope not. Sorry, I must behave. I must behave, I'll get in trouble. I've got to stop being me. No. I should become a bit more like Keir Starmer and stand here and read off a pre-prepared script, which I have to look down on every 2.8 seconds because I'm totally incapable. And that's what you're going to get with reform. What you're going to get with reform are real people from all walks of life who bring experience and passion into politics. And yes, we've got those that are standing for us with considerable political experience. But many of our candidates have never been involved in politics before. But they can see the terrible direction that Wales is going in. And they know there is one word, one big word, that is perhaps the most single important word that needs to be in voters' minds when they go to the ballot box on Thursday. And that is change. Do you want change in Wales after 27 years of Labour? Because you won't get it if you vote Labour, and you most certainly won't get it if you vote Plaid. If you have a look at the backgrounds of most Plaid candidates, very few of them have ever had a proper job or a real life in the community. They are political apparatchiks. They are hard leftists. Many of them have very, very extreme views and are frankly just plain anti-English. Well, we believe in the United Kingdom. We believe in all the parts of the United Kingdom. And the amazing things through history that we have all done together. And they've spent much of the last 27 years helping prop up a Labour government. They have similar views, whether it's on transgender rights, which they think is a massive priority, or, I'm ignoring you, quite sensibly, I think, or the lunatic addiction to net zero, or, of course, that Wales should be a nation of sanctuary. Oh, yes. Let's not worry about ordinary Welsh folk. Let's not worry about retired veterans. Let's make sure that people who come into Britain illegally, in dinghies, across the English Channel, who throw their passports into the sea at the 12-mile line, let's make sure they go to the top of the social housing list. And it's wrong, 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 and only we have got the guts to stand up and fight it. Five years ago, I went out repeatedly into the English Channel, and I filmed the boats, and I posted it on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else, and I predicted there would be an invasion because nobody was being deported. Well, you'd have thought from the response from the establishment that I should have washed my mouth out with soap and water. How dare I use such a dreadful word? Well, this week we will go through 200,000 people that have come into Britain via that route, the vast majority, young men of fighting age about whom we know nothing. And this poses a threat. A threat not just to our finances, because it costs billions, but it poses a threat to the safety of women and girls in this country. And I have it on good authority, I have it on very good authority, that the Iranian regime is now smuggling their young operatives into Britain. It poses a threat to national security. We are literally letting terrorists into our country, and it's just not good enough. Just not good enough. The Conservatives in power nationally were as good as useless. Promises to stop the boats, Rwanda plans and much else. But of course, they would not do the one thing that needed to be done so that we could deport those we don't wish to be in our country. And by the way, there's 190 countries in the world where if you enter illegally, looking at you, sir, if you enter illegally, you'll be banged up and deported, and quite right too. But we've allowed the European Convention on Human Rights to be written into UK law that now means the judges won't deport people if, one of their kids likes chicken nuggets or, I don't know, God knows what. And we are the only party who have been committed now for years to leaving the ECHR and getting back control of our borders properly, which frankly is why we voted Brexit. We voted Brexit to take back control of our lives. We voted Brexit to free up small businesses from crazy regulations. But a Conservative government that didn't believe in it never, ever delivered it, and frankly took us for mugs. But now we have a Labour Party in government with, I genuinely believe, the worst, the most indecisive, the most hopeless, and above all, the most unpatriotic Prime Minister we've ever had in any of our lifetimes. And even the Home Secretary, Shababa Mahmood, do you remember she was talking tough? Talking really tough? What she said today is we must allow more people, more refugees to come into Britain legally. So rather than coming by boat, we'll just open the doors and let them in. They're hopeless, they're useless, and yet what's going to happen in Merthyr, and what's going to happen in Sunderland, and what's going to happen in Barnsley and St Helens and many other parts of this country is Reform are going to take the patriotic old Labour vote. We will, and we'll carry on with this message. Vote Reform on Thursday and get Starmer out. I'd like a bit of audience participation. Vote Reform on Thursday and? Yes, I couldn't hear you. Vote Reform on Thursday and? Yes, quite right. And then they'll probably get someone even worse. Even worse. Well, it could be the lovely Angela. It could be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There was a strange moment last year when she was voted the sexiest female in Parliament. And even more unlikely, I was voted the most sexy male in Parliament. But I promise you, we haven't been out, all right? Nothing's happened. I mean, honestly, Your Honour. No, getting rid of Starmer will begin the descending spiral of this government, the realisation that our economy is broken, that the country is frankly bankrupt, and will precipitate an earlier general election. And I still believe that a general election next year is likely, and again, that's why I'm here in the valleys and why this vote here is so historically significant in many, many ways. And we have to. I mean, haven't we learned? Doesn't the Iran crisis teach us that we need to be self-sufficient in energy in our own country? They say there could be a shortage of jet fuel in the summer. We've got 10 billion barrels of natural gas and oil untapped in our nation. We should be producing it. We should be refining it here. There should be no shortages. We should be an exporter. Rather than covering your beautiful hills in these vile wind turbines, which I can't stand. Or covering good agricultural land with inefficient solar farms. This is all complete and utter madness. And the same goes for food. We're paying Welsh farmers not to produce food. Well, what we're going to do is turn this around and incentivise Welsh farmers to produce as much food as they possibly can and get the financial reward for doing so. And Wales and many other parts of the UK need to reindustrialise. But we now have, because of subsidy and net zero lunacy, the most expensive energy prices in the world. That is why Port Talbot's gone. We still need the steel. And yet we're happy to export that production to India and elsewhere in the world. Let us think differently. Let us think about our nation. Let us think about our people. Let us think about prioritising our own people before anybody else. Let us think of aiming to produce energy, to produce food, to produce steel, to produce our own manufactures in a very uncertain and dangerous world. Ukraine and Iran should have taught us that. Let's reindustrialise South Wales. Let's give people well-paid jobs. Let's get Wales back to work again. Now, the opinion polls will tell you that Plaid are in the lead. Just as, what was that word? I agree with it, but I'm not going to repeat it up here. Spheroids, that's it. Yep, got it. They'll tell you Plaid's in the lead. Just as they told us that Remain would win the referendum. Don't believe what you're being told. Because the key to success for us here on Thursday is very simple. There is already, in my opinion, a majority for good common sense, a majority for decent patriotic values, a majority that believe, as we believe, that family, community and country are the things that matter to most of us, that we stand up for, defend and fight for. A majority that are not ashamed to say that everything about this country was based on Judeo-Christian principles and we're not going to back down from it. We're not going to have it. We'll tolerate all other religions, but under our way of life and our laws, and not be dictated to by others, that we should change. Never, ever, ever should we accept that. Never. So the majority is out there. It exists. What we have to do is to get them to actually physically go to the polling station this Thursday and put their cross in the right place. And that is where you, and by the way, it's incredibly brave of you to come to an open-air event in early May. No one's looking too cold, I'm pleased to say. But I've come to Wales and it hasn't rained. It's extraordinary. Whoa. It might in 5 minutes. But you people that have turned up tonight are amongst our most loyal, strongest, most passionate supporters. You are part of the People's Army that we've built over the course of the last few years. And it's a People's Army motivated by love and belief and passion. You're all members of the People's Army. Are you all signed up? Do you agree? Well, I want you as the People's Army, in the next 48 hours, please, to do some marching for us. And that marching means speaking to friends, speaking to family, speaking to neighbours, speaking to people wherever you go, whether it's the golf club, the pub, the bingo, whatever it is. You can all do your bit, can't you, to get a few more people to go out and vote reform on Thursday. Something very, very big is happening in Wales, is stirring in the valleys. You all know it. I'm proud to be a part of it. I admire what my team have done here. I think Dan Thomas has proved to be an absolutely excellent leader. He's performed brilliantly. He's done so well on those television debates, although he doesn't like me saying he wasn't up against much, but never mind. Well, I can't give him too much praise, can I? But no, he's done a brilliant job. He'd be a very, very capable First Minister. I know it's a big mountain to climb, but we are going to make a massive impact here. And who knows, we could do something truly, totally extraordinary. This is my 10th visit to Wales over the course of the last few months. And I've been here over the years many, many times. And I think Wales deserves better than the Labour Party. It certainly deserves better than Plaid. And let's start a political revolution here in Merthyr, here across Wales. Let's do it on Thursday. Let's make history. Thank you for coming. I'm proud to be a part of it. Thank you.